Well, hello, everybody who's here in the chat. Hello, everybody who's here already. John here, and I'm gonna. Oh, I didn't even realize I had a blind in there. Anyway, just a relaxing evening. Are you guys able to hear me okay, by the way? Please just jump in the chat and let me know if you can hear me all right. I never know when I'm doing these live game streams if you can actually hear me or not. But I'm hoping you guys can hear me. Also, on top of that, let me know if you guys can hear the game volume all right. That's kind of important too, to make sure you can hear me and that you can hear the game volume. So Spencer's saying the audio is good, which is great. And then also let me know if you guys can hear the game itself okay. You know, actually, let me just double check this thing. Chicken Joe saying all in. Oh, Luis is saying you hear me and the game. Beautiful. So I'm playing a little bit. I'm probably going to play tournament here in a bit. So I'm using the World Series of Poker app, just playing some relaxing poker tonight. I'm playing in a small blind 1 million, big blind 2 million table. This, of course, is in game money, not real money. I do not have millions of dollars to play poker. I'll just tell you what, guys. The last couple of days have been so busy. The last number of days, well, ever since we launched that, the list of 46 films in the $1 Billion Club, that just kicked our asses. Like for half a week, it was just working on that. And then the last couple of days, there's a project I've been working on that's been taking a lot of my time. And then, of course, the show and everything like that. And also trying to help Rob get ready for his... I'm just small blind with 5-8 of hearts. I think I might... If it comes around to me, I think I might limp in with this. I probably wouldn't do this in a live game like if I was playing in Vegas, but I like playing around, getting sneaky with these little like gap-suited connectors. 3 more million to call. I'm getting like... Probably get 4 to 5 to 1 on my money, so I'll call this. Let's at least see a flop. 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, so I got up and down straight draw, but I have no spade, so I will just be... I'm not even going to call the 2. I got a straight draw, but even if one of my cards comes up and it ends up being a spade, then I get flushed out, and then I'm just going to lose a lot of money. Anyway, so it's been tough. Saba's saying, hey, I love your videos. Thank you so much, Saba. I appreciate that. So I figured, you know what? Anne's working on a little project, so I thought I'm going to take some time and just play a little online poker and relax and see if you guys want to chat along as we do it. So listen, a few of you guys have already sent in some super chats, so I'm going to answer those as I wait for my next hand. It's a good thing I didn't call. I didn't hit the flush anyway, or the straight. And I bet somebody already had the flush. Mathematically, it's not likely, but it's possible. I'm going to fold this hand. 10-2 of clubs. All right, Donaldo Martinez writes in and says, I finally watched Hero for the first time. What a beautiful looking movie. Hero is amazing. Jet Li, Zhang Ziyi, Tony Leung, Donnie Yen. It is just, Rob and I waxed poetic about that movie a couple of weeks ago. I think it might have been one of my recommendations when we were doing our, movie recommendations for when we're all stuck at home. I think Hero was actually one of my recommendations. It is, listen, I'm not saying Hero is the best movie ever made. It's not. It is a wonderful movie. But the thing about Hero, get excited when I see the first ace. Where am I? I'm in position. Again, not something I would play in a live hand, but I might limp in here, see if I can get a little sneaky with it. I'm going to have position on almost everybody except for the guy with the button. Anyway, but the thing about Hero is, if you guys didn't hear us talk about this before, or if you've not seen the movie yourself, Hero is simply the most beautiful film I've ever seen from a visual point of view. The use of color, in it is unbelievable. Every frame is a work of art. It's just really staggering, and I love that film, and I'm glad you had a chance to watch it, Donaldo. All right, Dan Ketchum wrote in, hot damn poker, now you're talking. Yep, it's been a little while. Actually, it's probably been a few months since I played online poker. It's certainly been a number of months since I played live streaming poker, stuff like this. So here's my goal. I would like to get to over 1 billion of the fake chips. Right now, I'm sitting at about 800 and something million chips. I would like to get over 1 billion, and I'm not going to get there with 7-3 offsuit, so I'm not going to do that. But yes, man, I'll tell you what, it does make me miss being in Vegas. Ann and I, again, were just talking last night about, oh God, we're overdue for a Vegas trip. we were starting to get a little bit overdue for a Vegas trip before the lockdown. And now that what has it been, like a month and a half that we've been in the lockdown situation, and I'm really starting to feel it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want to do anything that's unsafe. I'm just saying I want things to be safe again so I can go back and visit Vegas. Who knows how long that's going to take, though? Who knows how long that's going to take? Let's see. 8-jack. No, fold. All right. Donaldo Martinez also writes, I had no idea Jackie Chan won an honorary Academy Award. He did a number of years ago. Well-deserved? I do. I believe so. Because one of the things about the honorary Oscar, at least for me personally, what I see as being part of the value of an honorary Oscar is recognizing and honoring someone that the regular construct of the Academy Awards isn't really in a position to honor and recognize, right? For whatever reason. It's the Academy recognizing that there is probably, I'll call. Under the gun, why not? It is the Academy recognizing that within their current mechanisms, there are still holes in the mechanism, right? That maybe some things that deserve to be honored, the mechanism just isn't placed to honor it. And so they have this kind of catch-all, like this honorary thing. So Jackie Chan, worthy of that? Absolutely. When you consider his contribution, not necessarily to North American cinema, but when you consider Jackie Chan's contribution to global cinema, I mean, Jackie Chan is almost a genre. When you really think about it, Jackie Chan is practically a genre unto himself. Like, he's practically his own walking, talking genre. And for him to get an honorary Academy Award, I'm all for that. I'm absolutely all for it, and I do think it's well deserved. And so that's what I think about that. I am not going to call with 9-2. So anyway, good question to bring up, Donaldo. All right, Topher Rocks writes. I thought I folded. Yeah, I did fold. Topher Rocks writes, does Heroes Season 1 rank pretty high on your favorite seasons of a show? It might be my favorite anticlimactic season finale. No, I'll tell you right now. I've said it before. I will say it again. Heroes Season 1 is my all-time favorite season of a television show. Now, it is unfortunate that it kind of fell off drastically after that. And, there was a writer's strike as they were going into season 2. That hurt it. Everybody was kind of hoping, I know I was, that season 3 would get things back on track. And it didn't. It's 9-6 a club. See what I can do. Ugh. Horrible flop for my hand. Horrible flop. Nope. I'm going to fold that. It just never recovered. It never recovered. And I loved that entire first season. Save the Cheerleader, Save the World. Siler is one of the best, at least in season 1, one of the best TV show villains ever. Milo Ventimiglia as Peter Petrelli. Hero as Hero. It was great. I love that show. I did. Season 1 is still to this day my all-time favorite. Now, Heroes as overall as a show is not in my top 10 overall, because again, seasons 2 and onward just did not cut the mustard. But season 1, yep, it remains to this day as my all-time favorite single season of a show. Okay, let's see. What else do we got here? And I'm not going to play 610, no matter what you do. All right, JCL Productions writes, I watched Train to Busan recently, and wow, no guns, subtitles, running zombies with all Korean cast, with all Korean actors, and arguably the best zombie movie. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Okay. I don't know that I would say it's the best zombie movie. I don't think I'd personally call it the best zombie movie, but it ranks right up there. And here's one of the things that I really appreciate about Train to Busan. Ooh, I'm going to play Ace Queen. Give me a second. Let me play this. All right, let's see what happens here with Ace Queen. I raised to 11 million, and no one's going to call. Maybe, I mean, at least it's just the blinds now. So, okay, I at least have position. That is a terrible flop for me. They probably have a king or a jack. I am not going to continuation bet with a king or a jack on the board. I'm just not going to do it. I need a 10 or an ace. I'm more than happy to check this down, buddy. I am more than happy to check this down. And I won't know what to do. Oh, and he bets 18 million. You know what? He might not have anything either. But King Jack, he had to call me with one of those, so I'm going to fold this hand. Sigh. What a the 2 face cards I don't have. What a terrible flop for me. I just wasn't going to buy into it. I'm going to fold that too. Oh, so anyway. Train to Busan. Here's what made Train to Busan, at least in my opinion, really, really, truly special as a little zombie movie, is the fact that they understood what are the key things. Oh man, 2 diamond flop with a king high. Damn, that is my flop. I should have been in that hand. Where was I? Oh yeah, the thing about Train to Busan that makes it so special is that they keyed in on the truly visceral elements of what makes a thrilling zombie movie. And they really didn't try to do anything else. They threw in this one little side story. Pocket 10s. Here, let me play this hand for a second and see what's going to happen. Now watch, the flop is going to be like ace, king, jack. But I'm going to raise this. I'm not going to let people get in this for cheap. I want to push out like somebody's got like ace 4, ace 6. So I got one caller and I'm out of position. All right, I'm going to bet that. I'm going to hope he doesn't have a king. If he's got a king, he's got a king. All right, I'm going to bet it again. Like I say, if he's got a king, he's got a king. Okay, he didn't have a king. There we go. Just got to be aggressive sometime, guys. Got to be aggressive. Oh, and I got another pocket pair. But I've got the button this time, so I'm in a much better position. Hold on a second. And for those of you wondering, I started with 190 million, so I'm 600,000 up right now. Ooh, no. I'll just call 6. Oh, I accidentally raised. I did not mean to raise. I meant to call 6 million. Oh, idiot. And look at the flop for my pocket 8s. I meant to call his 6 million. I meant to call his 6 million. Instead, I raised it to 21, and I did not mean to do that, and now I'm going to get felted. Oh, I needed them to put an 8 out there. I don't know. Maybe I'm lucky he's got, like, pocket 6s or something. Oh, he's checking it out. Okay, look. If he's got me beat, he's got me beat. Queen Jack. Oh, jeez. Can't believe he called 21 million with Queen Jack, but at any rate, I didn't mean to raise. Ah, crap. So I lost 21 million for no reason. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna... Well, I'm in position. Okay, I'll see a flop. This is me playing kind of loose right now. See, this is the problem with playing ace rag. Like, great, an ace flopped, but if anybody else has an ace, they're in a pretty decent... I'm not going to wait around. I'm going to just see... I'd rather spend 12 right now and find out who's got what. If somebody calls me, then they've got a better ace, or they might be on a flush draw. Now, I've got the 7 of clubs, so that makes there's one less club out there. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. 2 more people to go. Okay, so she called. I'm going to go half. Let's see what she does and see what happens when... Oh, she's going all in? I'm going to call it. I'm going to put her on a flush draw. No, she had king, queen. She did not believe I had the ace. She called with second pair. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, good pot for me. Anyway, where were we at? Where were we at? Oh, Train to Busan. What I was saying was that one of the great things, I'm not going to call that race. One of the great things about Train to Busan is that it focused on the truly visceral elements of a zombie movie. Now, they had the little side plot about the father's relationship with his daughter, but really that was not an important element to the movie, not really. They focused more just on the chase, the getting away from the damn zombies, getting bit and turning into zombies, and they kept it really high octane throughout, and I loved that. And it just makes it just a thrill ride from start to finish. It was never going to win any Academy Awards, but that's not what it was meant to do. It's just meant to give this thrill ride of a movie, and they did it. You know what it is? It's Dawn of the Living Dead meets Speed. I'll call Queen 9. It's Dawn of the Living Dead meets Speed, the Keanu Reeves movie Speed. That's Train to Busan. And I dug it. Ooh. 10 million. He's got position. I should not call this, but I'm playing loose tonight. Let's see what the flop brings me. Ooh, terrible flop for me. I just wasted 10 million. Now he's going to bet and I'm going to fold. I'm going to fold like fresh laundry. All right. So there's that. Let's see here. Mike Kostorf. I'm big blind with King 10. Mike Kostorf writes, recently we watched Daredevil Season 2 along with your mini episode reviews with Schnepp. Oh, nice. Dennis and other Collider peeps. Daredevil is amazing. Daredevil is amazing. I'll call for 200 extra million. Ooh, look at this. I flop myself an up and down straight draw. I will check. Depending on how big their bet is, I may call. 8, I'll call 8. Give me an ace or a 9. No heart. Oh, now I've got one pair. So now I've got an up and down straight draw and one pair. Give me a 8, 9, or ace. Well, there's my straight. 8, 9, 10. So I will bet now. Half pot. Unless they got ace king, in which case I'm really screwed. If they got ace king, I'm screwed. I got king high straight. Oh, I busted their aces. Busted their aces. Sorry, buddy. I flopped like an up and down straight draw. I turned an up and down straight draw with a pair, and you didn't have much money behind. I wasn't going to go anywhere. So anyway. Okay. Where are we at? I'm going to call 1 million. So I'm in the small blind. Why not? Oh, yeah. Daredevil Season 2. Listen, there was not a disappointing season. 10 million? No, I'm not going to call 10 million with Queen 10. Especially when I'm small blind. Every single season, all 3 seasons, they just maintain. Like, you watch Daredevil Season 1, and you think, that was great. They can't keep that up. And then they kept it up. And then you go into Season 3, and you think, okay, so this is the 3rd season letdown, right? They never let down. They just kept on rolling. And yeah, I remember me and Schnepp and Dennis and doing those mini reviews. That was a hectic time, us doing that stuff. That was a hectic time. But yeah, for Daredevil, I totally agree with you, Mikey. Or Mickey. Mikey or Mickey? M-I-K-I-E. Totally agree with you. It was great and wonderful. So enjoyable. Jack 8, I'm going to pass on that. Okay, ZOG Ruler writes, hey, John, have you ever met Jesse Ventura? I have never met Jesse the Body. Ain't got time to bleed. I have never had the opportunity to meet Jesse the Body Ventura. There's this one time that my dad's buddy owned this junior league hockey team and their arena in London, Ontario. And there was a big WWE house event there. At the time, it was called the WWF. Sid Vicious was there. Dino Bravo was there. Coco Beware was there. Bret the Hitman Hart was there. Anyway, Jesse Ventura, there was something going on. He wasn't like a wrestler or anything at the time, but he was supposed to be there, and I can't remember why, but last minute he wasn't. So I never, and I got to go into the locker room afterwards. It was really cool, but I never did get a chance to meet Jesse the Body Ventura. He was the best color commentator ever. I loved Jesse the Body Ventura. I thought he was great, but no, I never did have a chance to meet Jesse Ventura in person. Simon writes, hey, Giovanni. It's been a while since I super chat with you. No, thank you for being here, Simon. I appreciate that, man. How are you and Ann doing? I know that other people that have taken my username, but I'm the one that asks questions about Justice League. Hey, listen. Number one, I'm sure there are other people named Simon, so don't be bothered by that. And there are a lot of people asking about Justice League. You are not alone. You are in good company, Simon. You are in good company. All right. Let's see here. King 7. Nope. I'm going to fold that. But anyway, Simon, I'm glad you're able to hang out with us tonight. I know it's the quarantine life, right? But why not hang out together? Hey, by the way, going to remind everybody, for those of you guys who are watching, that tomorrow at 2 p.m., me and the Patreon supporters are going to do a view party, a Netflix watch party of one of my all-time favorite comedies, Step Brothers. Now, if you are not you know me, I like to play these little gapped suited cards. If you are not a Patreon, terrible flop for me, I'll just get out of this hand. If you are not a Patreon supporter, you can still join us. Ooh, now I've got a pair. Do I take a little stabby? I take a little stabby. Let's see if that little stabby... Oh, it got me. It got it for me. All right. Little stabby got it for me. So if you are not a Patreon supporter, but you would like to join us, all you got to do is this. Go to Feeding America's website. That's the same charity that we raised money for a few weeks ago. Go to Feeding America's website and go to their donate section and donate any amount. $5, $20, doesn't matter. Go and donate any amount. And then take the receipt they give you. If you need to block out personal information, and email me that receipt just to show me that you donated to Feeding America. And if you do, I will send you the join link so you can join us for that view party. So I hope you guys will join us. Anyway, Simon, thanks for writing in, man. It's good to have you here. All right, Dan Ketchum writes, the lockdown has been a year and a half, John. Well, it certainly has felt like that, hasn't it? There is no doubt it has felt like that. Okay, 9-7, big blind. I'm already in for $2 million. If nobody raises, I get a free flop. Let's see what happens here. Fold. Come on, David. What are you doing? Oh, raise to 6. I'm not going to call 6 for that hand. It does feel like it, Dan. It does feel like it. Okay. Next up. Where are we at? David Coca writes, John, did you check out the video of Canadian artists singing Lennon Me to Help? Of Canadian artists singing Lennon Me to help with feeding Canadians during COVID-19. Bummer, Michael Bublé, Bryan Adams, Avril Lavigne, Sarah McLachlan, name a few. I didn't even hear about it. Can you do me a favor, David? I've never even heard of this. Would you mind emailing me a link to john@thejohncampeashow.com? I would love to see it. Ooh, Pocket Rockets, give me a second here. This is where I lose all my money because my aces always get cracked. Give me a second here. So I'm not going to, there's too many people in the hand. I'm not going to raise small. You want in? Let's 12 million if you want to play. I'm not fooling around. Come on, fold. Aces cannot win against see, now somebody's already got 2 pair. And I'm already beat. I need like a king of hearts on the turn or I'm done. All right, I'll call 12. And now I'm really done. Now if anybody's got an 8, anybody's got a king, anybody's got a couple of things, I'm dead. Good. Now there's a flush, an 8, a king, 2 pair. So much beat me. My aces always get cracked. Holy crap, I survived. I thought for sure I was not putting in another dollar. I thought for sure I was beat. Anyway. I thought for sure I was beat. Okay, what were we talking about? Oh, yes, please, David, would you mind emailing me that link? Again, john@thejohncampeashow.com. I would love to see it because that sounds cool. That sounds really, really cool. So please do send that to me. All right, Christian Corbett writes, that last hand nearly killed me. I can't remember what that quote is from. I cannot remember what that quote is from. I cannot remember. The last hand nearly kills. Yeah, dude, listen, me with pocket aces, it almost never wins. Nope, can't remember it. You got me on that one. If you guys in the there's a Casino Royale. A couple of people are writing in there. That is Casino Royale. QWERTY 407 and Mr. Angus writing Casino Royale. Okay, so let's get on here. David Coca, I'm not going to play King 3. David Coca writes, oops, I mean Bieber. Oh, Michael Bieber and Michael Bublé. Oh, Bieber participated in it too? That's cool. We were sitting right beside Bieber. I don't know if you guys saw the video I put up, but just before the lockdown, me and Aaron Cummings, her husband Tom, my buddy Ryan, our friend Kat, and one or two other, I'm drawing a blank, one or two other of our friends. What we did is we went to a Los Angeles Kings versus Toronto Maple Leafs hockey game, and we got a private suite. But the private suite, like one of those private suites where you got the food brought in and you got your own private area, and it was great. We were balling. But the thing is, we bought the tickets the day of, and the tickets ended up being, I can't remember exactly, but I think it was like $40 a person when it's regularly like hundreds of dollars per person. But it was just last minute, and we bought the tickets and we got this private suite for us to go watch. Anyway, we realized that in the suite next to us, 2 over actually, as we leaned over and looked down, it was Justin Bieber dressed in his big Toronto Maple Leaf gear, it was good to see him sport the blue and white. It was good to see Bieber sport in the blue and white. I appreciated that. As a fellow Canadian, I had appreciation for that. So yeah, I thought that was great. Anyway, again, yes, please do send me that video. I'd love to see it. ZOMG Ruler writes, Where'd it go? I lost out. No, there it is. ZMG Rule writes, remember when Gal Gadot and Celeb sang Imagine? Here's the thing. I never saw it. By the way, someone's going to have to let me understand something. So I saw Gal Gadot, or Gadot, and a couple of other people sang Imagine online. Okay, it was supposed to be a fun little Queen Jack. I'll play this. You know, I'll even give it a little raise. Yeah, raise. Let's bump it up a little. Let's go 7. Let's see what happens here. I only got one person. I'm out of position to one person. I'll be in position. This guy, 24. Now fold this. Okay, so just to highlight, I started with 190. I'm at 306 right now. Ooh, Ace King. Oh, yep, I would have been done. Oh, I was in last place. Both of them had better hands than me. Yeah, I was totally screwed. Oh, now I got Ace King. Okay, let's see what happens here. Be nice to get aces again. Here's why I'm less... Oh, wow, nobody called. The reason I get less stressed about having Ace King as opposed to aces is because Ace King, at the end of the day, it's still just 2 random cards, right? So it's easy to get away from. Like, I can raise Ace King. Somebody calls. Flop comes, I don't know, 10, 8, 4, right? And somebody bets... I can get away from it. No big deal. I can get away from Ace King. Easy enough. No muss, no fuss. I'm good. Now I'm going to fold this. Easy. But aces, it's hard to get away from, at least when you're me. If you were a better player, you can get away from aces easy. When you're not at the high level, like me, it's difficult to talk yourself into folding aces. Even when you know you're beat. Even when you know you're beat. It's hard to get away from aces. All right. Spencer Smothers writes in, thoughts on the specs for the Canon EOS R5. Here's the thing. I don't know the specs on it yet. I've just got a lot of the tech YouTube channel and the filmmakers YouTube channels that I follow. A bunch of them have been making these videos on the EOS R5, and everybody's putting up these videos about them, but I have not watched it yet. Now, I have like a Canon 7D Mark II. So, and actually I have a couple of smaller Canon cameras as well. I like Canon cameras. I have fallen in love the last year or so with Sony cameras. I've really fallen in love with Sony cameras. But everybody's raving about this R5, and I haven't watched any of the videos yet to see the specs. So I am very curious to see the specs, but I have not seen them yet. But I do need to check those out. 7 Jack, nah. All right, Orange Hand writes, how severe should sports leagues punish cheaters? Well, I mean, it all depends on what is the cheating. Because, I mean, technically speaking, let's say you're playing in hockey. Guy making a breakaway and you hook him, that's cheating. That's cheating. Now, you find out that a hockey player... Have you ever noticed there are no steroid scandals in hockey? Hockey players are just supernaturally strong, I guess. But there's never really been any steroid scandals in hockey. I don't know why that is, as opposed to other sports. No idea why. But if you're outside the game and you're juicing, well, then you're taking a shortcut around the way everybody else needs to do it. Yeah, you may hook in hockey. Yeah, you may hold a wide receiver in football, all that kind of stuff. But if on a primal level, if you're juicing, you're not just cheating the people in the game, you're cheating all those other players who don't get to be in the league. Because in any professional sport, it's super, super competitive just to get into the league. And if you're juicing, then you're taking the spot of another dude who worked just as hard, if not harder than you did, and maybe actually deserve that spot, but you look like the better prospect because you were juicing when the other guy stayed clean. I mean, so if you're talking on that level, it's hard. But, you know, you use the term cheating, it can be anything. I mean, somebody who jumps offside and the ref doesn't see it, that's cheating. So it all depends on the context, I guess. I guess it all depends on the context. All right. I'll get to... Ooh, hold a second. Let me play my pocket tens. A little raisy. Easy breezy. Give me nice low cards on a flop. Nice low cards. 49? Is that 49 or 42 million? What the hell? I can't do it. Because even if all he has is Queen Jack, then it's a coin toss. I don't want to put in 40 more million for a coin toss. All right. All right. I'll keep that in mind. Okay. Anyway. Who was next here? Christian Colbert writes, better actor, Zac Efron or Lucas Hedges? I'm not going to say the popular thing, but I'm telling you, Zac Efron. And here's the thing. Too many film fans don't judge actors by their actual performances. They judge them by the movies they're in. And that is quite often really unfair, and sometimes an unfair advantage to the actors. Because sometimes there are actors who do okay, give an okay performance, but let's say they're in a brilliant movie. Well, then those actors get too much credit. But then sometimes, let's see, this guy's just pushing all in. Let's see. I want to see what this guy has. This Gustavo. He pushed all in for 32.8 million. I want to see if he's actually got a hand, because he's the same guy who popped me when I had my pocket tens. Ooh, an 8 would have given me a super straight, but I wouldn't have called the 33 million. 7 Jack. And that guy had my pocket tens. So I don't know. Maybe I should have called the guy. Maybe I should have called, but I just didn't know. I haven't seen his hands, so I didn't know what he had. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, Zac Efron. There is a little film called Me and Orson Welles that also had Claire Danes in it. It's a little film. Not a ton of people saw it. It did get released. Not a ton of people saw it. Not one of them blockbuster-looking films. It's a really nice little film. It's a really nice little film. But more than that, it was the movie that made me go when I saw Zac Efron's performance in it, acting alongside, by the way. You want to know how much metal an actor has? Watch them act alongside another strong actor and see how well they hold up. He was acting alongside Claire Danes, who in my estimation is a pretty strong actress. I think Claire Danes is a strong actress. And Zac Efron was fabulous. It's the movie that for me, I already appreciated him a bit, but it's the movie that for me made me go, holy crap, this dude is a legit actor. It's a legit actor. And even when he's in bad movies, the performances he brings are always usually good. There was even that one really awful movie he did where he played the DJ. I got a lifelong dream, not to work, but to be a DJ. You know, it was a terrible, terrible movie. But even in that terrible, terrible movie, what was it called? Me and My Friends or something? I don't know why I'm calling 510. I shouldn't call it. That was stupid. I guess it was just because I had position. Yeah, the thing is, that guy was big blind. He could very well just have a 4. So I'm going to fold this hand. I do not believe David has a 4. I do believe Sean has a 4. Oh, no, he had pocket 3s versus pocket aces. Ooh, I thought one of them had a 4 for sure. David, pocket aces. See, that can bite you in the ass really, really badly. So, anyway, I honestly think that, and whenever I get into debates about it with people, all people do is they bring up a movie he was in that wasn't a good movie. It's like, that's not what determines whether an actor is good or not. Like, by the way, I could tell you a movie he's terrible in. I could tell you a movie that he's in that's terrible. Baywatch with Dwayne Johnson. And I'm a big Dwayne Johnson fan. You know? I'm a huge Dwayne Johnson fan. And I thought that movie looked hilarious. It's terrible. Oh my God, it's so bad. But that didn't mean that Dwayne Johnson isn't a great on-screen performer with his... Of course he is. It doesn't mean that... I'm not going to play 7-4. It doesn't mean that Zac Efron isn't a really good actor. He is. But that was just a movie that it did. You could have had Daniel Day-Lewis, okay? You could have had Daniel Day-Lewis in that movie. It wouldn't have made a difference. It would have made it more interesting, but it wouldn't have made a difference. You could have had Baywatch with Daniel Day-Lewis, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, and Heath Ledger. Wouldn't have mattered. Would not have saved that movie at all in the least. No chance, no way. So yeah, there's that. All right. Let's see here. 17 again, David Coleman. 17 again. That's Anne and a few of her friends, like our friend Kevin. Whenever Zac Efron would come up, our friend Kevin would just say it that way. 17 again. Like, I don't know why. It was just all into Zac Efron. Yeah. So anyway, Jeremy Palencia writes, John, are you into anime? It's brilliant and amazing. No. Not that I am against anime, but I'm not really into anime all that much. I do have a few choice things, and I'm a big fan of like a lot of the classic anime movies. But I mean, the thing that I go back to a lot, and everybody rolls their eyes when I bring it up, but is Star Blazers, aka Space Battleship Yamato. Space Battleship Yamato, I love. Well, I'm in the big blind, so all I have to do is check. Hold on a second. Middle pair is not enough for me to bet. Not when I am out of position and 5 other guys in the hand. Do I want to get sneaky here? Do I want to get sneaky and call? Ooh, with a raise to 12? No, I'm going to get out of this. I thought about maybe being sneaky and calling the 6. I'm glad I didn't, though. That would have been a bad move. Oh, look at that. I would have had 2 pair. Would I have won? I would have won. But I wouldn't have gotten to the river. I would have, even if I called on the flop, I wouldn't have called on the river. I'm small blind with the suited king. If I can limp in, I'll limp in. Okay, I limped in. King 5. There we go. Oh, look at that. I got a backdoor flush draw and a gut shot straight draw. Still a gut shot straight draw. You know what? I might win with the king high here. No, ace high wins. This is why you don't bet on garbage boards. He was trying to be sneaky. He was trying to be sneaky, getting me to bet. Slow playing his monster. But anyway, generally speaking, though, like I said, there's a couple of classic movies like Akira and stuff like that. Obviously, Ghost in the Shell, the original, not the live action one. But for the most part, no, not really. But again, it's not that I turn my nose up at it or anything like that. There's a lot of people who love that stuff, and that's great. It's just not really for me. That's all. Narvina Olvera writes, hey, John, I'm a big fan. Your vids have become a part of my life. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. I feel Timothée Chalamet has potential to be the next Marlon Brando or Daniel Day-Lewis. Thoughts? I will give you those thoughts once I play my ace-queen suited, and I'm in position. So, raisey. Daisy. All right, let's see what happens. This guy will call, because he called 2. He's going to call 5 more for 7. No? He's just going to give it to me? No. Not a good flop. All right, continuation bet. Let's see what happens. Yeah, all right. See, if you've got position and you know the board looks like it's a bit of a brick, so you can throw out those continuation bets and probably steal a lot of pots, even though technically I didn't have anything. All right, I'm still in decent position. I'm just 2 outside. Okay, now I have position no matter what. Look at that, 2 pair. I should bet here. You know, I'm going to raise, even though a 7-8 kills me, but I'm going to raise to 15. See what happens. That's scary. Oh, he could also have a set. Let's see what happens here. 5, 6. A 7-8 destroys me. He's going all in. All right, I'll call it. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, it was a good call, Johnny. Little self-pat on the back. Good job. All right, so just to highlight again, I bought in with 190 million. I have doubled. I'm up now. I've over doubled. I'm at 386 million now. So I've almost doubled. Anyway, sorry, let me get back to Narvina, who writes, I feel like Timothée Chalamet has the potential to be the next Marlon Brando or Daniel Day-Lewis. Thoughts? I have said on my show a couple of times that I believe that Timothée Chalamet has the potential to be the next Daniel Day-Lewis. I believe Daniel Day-Lewis is the greatest actor of all time. And I believe Timothée Chalamet, while I am not saying he's there, and I'm not guaranteeing he will be, but out of all the actors alive today, The one who has that potential, because this kid is so stupid good, it's sickening. And he's only going to get better. Like at his age, with the type of actors he's playing, that he's performing with, and the directors he's working with Denis Villeneuve right now for Dune. Like with the directors he's working with, I'll limp in with that. With the directors he's working with and the actors he's working with at the age that he's at and the level he's at already, yeah. Ooh, that's a terrible flop for me. I think he's got that potential to be that next Daniel Day-Lewis. I really do. I think right now, I don't think we we are not in a position that we can even conceive what his ceiling is right now. He's just that naturally good. I'm also not saying he's the best actor on the planet right now. All I'm saying is, again, at his age, with how good he is already, and he's going to do nothing but get better, dude, it's straight up scary how good this kid could be. And I know I'm going to be watching. Well, I'm not going to call 12 million. I will be watching, to channel my inner Palpatine. We will be watching your career with great interest. We'll be watching his career with great interest, starting with Dune. Let's see what happens with Dune here. Let's see here. Where are we at here? Dude Man writes, you're like one of the coolest guys in the pundit community. I can't believe there's channels calling you just because you have a different opinion on stuff. There's just a bunch of loser clickbaiting. Whatever. I mean, listen, when you do what I do, as long as I've done it, when you do what I do, as long as I've done it, there are always wannabes who try to get your attention or whatever. And the fact of the matter is, they are simply not important enough for me to have my attention. Because my site and sites that are roughly around, my YouTube channel and the channels that are roughly the same size as mine, we're all just fucking nobodies. Like, we're all just nobodies. Like, my channel is a tiny, tiny channel compared to most. Mine is a tiny channel compared to most. I'm going to do a little bit of a raisey here, just to see if somebody's got something real or if they're just chasing. Let's see what happens. I don't believe you have... 61, that's a lot. I'll call 43. You got 2, you had a 7, and I beat you. 6, 7, come on, man. You can't put all in with a 7. That's what you're putting all in with, a 7. One pair garbage kicker. Come on. Anyway, look, I've always said this. I think it is bottom dwelling to look. My YouTube channel is never going to be to talk about other YouTube channels. I'll talk about trends. I'll talk about patterns. I'll talk about all that kind of stuff. But I just decided a long time ago, and I'm sure I've dropped the ball on this. I'm sure I've dropped the ball on this myself. I'm certain I have. But what I want, one of the principles of my site to be is, my site is to talk about the things that I love and talk about the movies. My site is not to talk about other YouTube channels. My channel is not to exist to talk about other YouTube channels. There will always be those channels. And they come and go. I've been doing this since 2003. 2005 is when I started doing it. Anyway, I've been doing this a long time. And those channels, they come and go. They come and go. And it's just not something I ever want to catch myself being. Listen, I've got enough of my own shortcomings to last a lifetime to worry about. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I got an up and down straight draw, so I'll call 2. And all I got is a bottom pair. So I am going to fold if they bet anything. Yep, I'm going to fold that. So it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. I don't worry about it because there will always be those channels, right? That instead of trying to create good content revolving around the things they love, there will always be those channels that build their entire identity on what they hate about trying to appeal to. Instead of appealing to people's fandoms, there will always be those channels that instead want to appeal because they're easy clicks, that want to appeal to people's fears, insecurities, and bitterness. I mean, and we all have fears, insecurities, and bitterness. I have fears, insecurities, and bitterness. Absolutely. But I never want to be one of those channels that my channel explicitly exists to appeal and exclusively appeal to people's fears, insecurities, and bitterness. It's just not what I want to do. And, you know, there will always be these channels that do that, and that's fine. God bless. But it's not what I want to be. And there are times I can point back in my career when I've done that myself, and I look back and I goes, it's just not what I want to do. It's not the type of channel I want to be. So anyway, that's just me. Okay, John Emir Singleton writes, I lost John Emir Singleton. Why did I lose John Emir? There he is. Campaign. What? Oh, I skipped over one. Hold on a second. Let me check this. I'm in a hand. Sorry, dude. I almost skipped over yours. It's a good thing you put in that little clarification, or else I would have missed your thing altogether. Oh, I have nothing. Check. Come on, let's check this down so I can get out of this hand. Check. I have 9 high. Come on, somebody bet so I can fold. There we go. Let's see. John Amir Singleton writes, I bet you make a great campaign for D&D. I like running a D&D campaign, but actually, right now, I'm game mastering. Although we finished our one adventure, I got to set up our next adventure still. I'm game mastering a Star Wars role-playing game group. You can probably see the Darth Vader book right there. That's the rule book for the West End Games Star Wars D6 core rules. It's my favorite role-playing game of all time. I have DM'd Dungeons and Dragons games, but my wife is actually currently our dungeon master. Our wife has actually been our dungeon master for over a year now. She's great. My wife is a great DM, and she designs and makes excellent campaigns. All right. Colin Judd writes, just want to say watching you play poker is awesome. Well, thank you. What's going on here? I'm not going to call 12 million. Is there ace-7 on the board? Nope. Then no call. All right, so just to highlight again, I started with 190 million. I'm now up to 442 million. So it's been a pretty good session so far. I'm up 250. I'm up about 250. 252 is what I'm up right now. I'm not going to call that raise, so I'll get out of there. But it's good to have you here, Colin. Thank you so much for saying such nice things. Let's see. And John Emir Singleton clarified campaign. I appreciate the clarification. Let's see here. Shield writes, who is the hottest gal in the MCU? I've got Peggy. Peggy's great. If we want to talk, that is a combination of beauty, brains, just all-around badassery. I have to say, hold on a second. It's the character played by Letitia Wright. Hold on a second. I'm remembering the name of the it's usually the reverse. I usually remember the name of the character, forget the name of the actress. It is Black Panther's sister, Shuri, played by Letitia Wright. Shuri is the hottest character. I shouldn't call 18 million with pocket 5s, but why not? Let's see what happens. Maybe I'll spike a 5. Nope. And one of these guys has got an ace or a king, so I'm done. Go ahead, throw out your bet, dude. Oh, really? No, one of you guys got an ace or a king. I'm not betting. I just need to spike a 5 here. So close. Now there's a flush out there too. You know, I'm done here. I'm finished in this hand. And this guy's sitting on. You know what? I shouldn't call 6. Oh, fuck it, don't call 6. Watch this. A heart will come. Oh, okay, there's the dude with the ace. Do I call 12 million more? No. I shouldn't have even called that 6. What the hell was I thinking? I'm going to fold this. All right, let's see. One of these guys has got a full house. Or a flush. Yeah, you got to put in that last 6 million. Is this guy even going to call the 6? Oh, he had a set of kings. Nice. Nicely done. Nice hand. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, when you combine, you know, like beauty, brains, Shuri, man. Shuri. Absolutely, yeah. I go Shuri because she is the smartest character in the MCU. I'm sorry, but supreme intelligence is sexy to me. There's something I find really sexy about supreme intelligence. And she is, Kevin Feige said she's the smartest character in the MCU. Something really sexy about that. And Letitia Wright is just beautiful. She's like, even me, Ann and I both, like, it's like, I remember when she first came on screen, Letitia Wright is like 23, 24. Actually, let me look up how old Letitia Wright is. She's like 23 or 24, something like that. Letitia Wright is 10, 20. No, she's like 27. Letitia Wright's like 27. I thought she was like 23, 24. But when Letitia Wright comes on screen, like me and my wife, like we're just both like, oh my God, she's hot. Like she's just so, and that sexy is the character being so smart and intelligent and like strong-willed, like the way she talks to her brother. To me, that's the hottest character in the MCU. To me, that's the hottest character in the MCU. All right, let's see. Brendan Millspaw writes, over under 10%, Tenet is connected to Inception. See, my gut reaction is to instantly say under, but the thing is, you've set it so low at 10%. Oh, okay, I'm big blind. I'll check with 8.5. Oh, and I'll get out of this hand as fast as I can. Yeah, check. Come on, no one's gonna bet with even if you've got an ace, no one's gonna bet on the flop. Everybody's gonna wait for somebody else to bet, and I got nothing. I got a 4-card straight, and which is worth exactly nothing. For those of you who don't know poker, a 4-card straight doesn't equal anything. Let's see. Like limp in with a6. Yeah, I'll limp in with a6. Well, this guy raises big or something like that. 2, yeah, I'll call it. Let's see what happens. Backdoor straight draw. Still got an overcard. I'm not gonna call anything. No. I'll get out of this hand. Let's see. So, God, 10% such a good low number on whether Tenet and Inception are connected. You know what? I will still take the under. I think if the line was 5%, I'd go over. I'm on the button. Whatever. Just for the hell of it, I'll play a suited queen. Oh, they raised it to 8. Now I'm just going to be stubborn and call for being stubborn. I should not, just so you know, guys, should definitely not call a 6 million raise with queen 2, okay? But I'm on the button and I'm just being sassy. What do I do now with the king out there? What do I do with the king out there? I ain't calling 42 million when all I got is second pair. And I'm saying, see, I told you, I shouldn't have called that 6 million. Should not have called that 6 million. So I am now, a new update. I started off with 190. I'm now at 406. So I'm still well into the positive. 9-6, by the way, guys, is my favorite hand to play. I mean, obviously, everybody's favorite hand is pocket aces, but I'm saying my favorite little sneaky hand to play is 9-6 suited. And I've got position. Let's see what happens. So I've got backdoor flush. I got bottom pair. I'll call 2. Okay, if you want to give me 2 million on a 21 million pot, if I get lucky and suck out on you, there you go. I got my trips. If you want to just slow play like a little $2 million bet, well, now you got nobody to blame, man. Now you got nobody to blame. You let me get there. You should have bet more than $2 million. Shit, is this guy sitting on like pocket queens or pocket aces? He might be. I'm going to call because he raised to 4 million. Nope, pocket jacks. What are you doing? Dude, even if I just had a queen, I had you beat. What are you doing pushing with pocket jacks when there's a queen and an ace on the board and the board is paired? What's this dude thinking? Anyway, whatever. I'll take it. It's not like I haven't done dumber things. Let's be honest. It's not like I haven't done dumber. All right, let's see here. Christopher Chow writes, hey, John, first time watching you play poker. Awesome. Who's your favorite poker player? Mine is Daniel Negreanu. You just named him. Good old Canadian kid. Daniel Negreanu is not only the coolest, not only is he maybe the most talented poker player in the world. That's arguable. There are several people who would vie for that title. But he's definitely one of the best poker players in the world. I think he's the best poker player in the world, but that's up for debate. He is the nicest and coolest poker personality. Nope, I needed a 7. And I'm not sure my 7 of diamonds is the highest diamond. No, I'm going to get out of this. He's just the coolest thing. And one of the coolest things that has happened to me ever. I go to the World Series of Poker every year, and I participate in the World Series every year. Not the $10,000 event, but one of the other events. Like the World Series of Poker lasts for like a month, and there's a whole bunch of different events, and I go and participate in the World Series of Poker every year. So about 2 years ago, year and a half ago, 2 years ago, Ann came with me to the World Series of Poker. And we got into Vegas late. So it's like past 11:30 at night. And we're walking around the World Series area in the Rio Hotel. So we're walking in and out of the World Series rooms. And there was a table that was still going with only about 20 people standing around it. And it was one of the early tournaments. And Daniel Negreanu was at the table with one or two other like high profile poker players as well. And I'm going to call this for the fun of it. And I just held up my phone, snapped a picture, and I tweeted out, this is just one of the coolest things for me. And I tweeted out, holy crap, just got to the World Series of Poker, and we've run into Daniel Negreanu's table, and he's sitting here right here playing in a tournament because like he's my all-time favorite poker player. And I was super stoked out. So me and Ann are standing kind of near the back of the group. I held my phone up to take a thing. And about 2 minutes later, because I also tagged Daniel Negreanu in the picture, Daniel Negreanu goes, "Where's John Campea?" He goes, "Where's John Campea?" And so, because I guess he looked down on his phone, saw the tweet, realized I was standing right there. It was the coolest thing for both me and Ann, because Daniel is also Ann's favorite poker player. And it was just the coolest experience. So yes, Daniel Negreanu is absolutely, Christopher, my favorite poker player. He's my absolute favorite poker player. All right, Spencer Smothers writes, what made you go with Stream Elements over Streamlabs? Well, I mean, I did use Streamlabs for a bit. Now, just to be clear, for the most part, I don't use OBS, right? I'll limp in, why not? There we go. I can check and then fold. Unless you want to turn and river me a 4-5. Anybody bet something I can get out of the hand? Nope. Oh, there's a king. Now, I'm just going to fold. I don't really use OBS at all. What I used to do is I used to use OBS just for my play-in chats. I don't even use it for that anymore. And when I did get it to use for my play-in chats, instead of getting vanilla OBS, I got Streamlabs OBS, or Slobs, as they call it. I got Streamlabs OBS. And so I did use Streamlabs stuff at first. But honestly, I just found, and what I'm doing right now is I'm using Wirecast. Wirecast is my streaming software of choice. It's far more advanced than OBS. It also costs money, though. Like, it's not free like OBS is. So you got to pay for it, but it's far more advanced. And what I'm able to do is take Stream Elements alerts and things like that and use them within Wirecast. And it's really simple. And I just found the way you can customize the alerts and all that kind of stuff in Stream Elements was really intuitive. And I just found it to be a better experience. But it's going to be up to each individual person. Some people are going to use Streamlabs and prefer that, and that's great. For me, Stream Elements just worked better for me. And I found it was an easier thing to integrate into my workflow. And I just found customizing the stuff to be a little bit easier. And so I went with that. But that's not to say, suited connected ace. So I totally shouldn't. This is one of my biggest Achilles heels. I have a weakness for, I have a possible straight flush. I mean, that never happens, but I'm always a sucker for that. But listen, okay, I got middle pair. I got middle pair. I'm going to throw out a little Betty. I'm going to think 5 might be good. Maybe 5's not good. Now, this person could have a 9. They could have a 4. They could have a club. See, now I've got third pair. But I'm still going to throw out another bet. Because if somebody's chasing a flush draw, I don't want them to see it for cheap. There we go. So one or two of them were chasing flushes or had lower pairs and were just chasing, which is fine. A6, now I'll get away from this. So what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, Streamlabs over Stream. So Streamlabs is great. I have no complaints about Streamlabs whatsoever. And hell, I might use them for my alerts and overlays another time. But for now, Stream Elements just seems to fit into my workflow a little bit better. So yeah, it's not a matter of one being infinitely better than the other. They're just good overlay and alert things. That's all. But I don't use them with OBS, which is what most people use them for. I use Wirecast, which again is a significantly superior piece of software. But unlike OBS, which is free, and you can't beat that, Wirecast costs a lot of money, so there's that. All right, Matt Warner writes, I love Star Blazers too. Star Blazers. I love Star Blazers. Love Star Blazers. Ooh, I'll call that. Again, potential straight flush. That never happens, but that's what it's potential straight flush. I got a call. Okay, somebody raised it to 4. I'll call another 2. Dude, if you were going to raise, because now I have to call. Oh, and now I got the nut flush draw. So I'll check. Somebody will put a bet. I'm going to call, because I still got an overcard ace. I've got the nut flush draw. And there's only betting 4. Dude, you got to bet more than that to chase me out. If I get this flush now, you got no one to blame but yourself. If I get this flush, you got no one to blame but yourself. And now somebody might have an 8. Okay, I didn't get there. I'm just going to check. I didn't get there, so I'm cool to fold at this point. But this dude... Oh, he was chasing the flush too. Oh my God. I would have felted him. I totally would have. Oh my God. Okay. Where are we at here? Oh yes. So Matt Warner writes, I love Star Blazers 2. Have you seen the new version? I didn't think I'd like it, but it's great too. If by new version you mean, well, I got bottom pair. It doesn't matter. Anybody bet something, I'll fold. If by the new version you mean like the live action Japanese version, I wasn't a fan of that. If you're talking about the live action movie that they made, I was not a fan. If you're talking about the new version animated, no, I have not seen a new animated version. I can't possibly win this hand, right? Like all I got is a 2. I can't possibly win this hand. Not that the pot's any big either, but did I win this hand? No, dude had a 10. All right, good for him. A 2 shouldn't win that hand. 2 should not win a hand. Pocket 8s. Okay, I gotta have to raise this up. We'll see if anybody else raises first. Okay. Little raisy. What are you doing, aces? Yeah, I'm going to little raisy. Let's pop it up to 12 million because I'm out of position. I can't bet small here out of position. I need to push some of these guys out. Good. I pushed 3 of them out. This guy's on the button. He'll probably call. Oh, they all folded. Hey, I'll take it. Why not? Okay. Update again. Pocket 8s again. Update again. I started with 190. I'm almost 300 million up now because I'm at 478 now. I'm at 478. I'm going to raise again, only this time I'm on the button. So I've got position now. Okay, we got 1 caller. Got 2 callers. All right. You know what? That is not the worst flop for me. This guy's only got 45, so that's the maximum I can lose. I will call that 37. I feel good about that 5. I mean, if he's got a jack, he's got a jack. If he's got a jack, he's got a jack. And good on him, he's doubled up. He did. Oh, he had way better than a jack. Oh, I gotta say, nice hand. He had way better than a jack. He had the pocket jacks. Woo! I mean, I was beat before the flop. I didn't even know. Well played, sir. Well played. All right. So I'm still at 420. I started 190. I'm still at 420. I can live with that. I can live with that. But anyway, no, if there's a new animated version of Star Blazers, I have not seen that. Okay, triple 4s on the board. I guess no one's got a 4. But a pocket pair right now is great. So if I can flop a 10 or a king, I'm going to start betting. Nope, did not turn a king or a 10. I mean, it's theoretically possible that my king high could be the best hand right now. So I'm going to put out just a little something, just so I know if somebody calls and I know somebody's got something. But right now, king high might be the best hand. It might be. All right, then it won me the hand. Put a little something out there can win you the hand sometimes if you think you might be best. And I think I was best there. All right, now I got a pocket pair. I'm going to put in a little raisy, see if I can avoid running into some dude flopping a set. All right. All right, so I got position now because both guys who had position on me folded. So my worst case scenario here is I'm going to have position and everybody folded. So, okay, so I win the pot. Good enough. All right, see what this is. Not pocket 8s again. No. Okay, I'm going to fold this time. So, yeah, Matt, if we're talking about the live action movie, I wasn't a fan myself. If we're talking about a new animated thing, I have not seen it yet myself. So I'll keep my eyes open for that. Ben Rayner writes, I didn't realize that producers and studios could edit movies that you already own. My digital copy of A New Hope had McClunky in it. I did not realize that either. Well, I suppose I suppose that makes sense. I suppose that makes sense because it's still just sitting on their servers. But I mean, if you own that copy, you know what, Ben? That's something I need to look into, because if you own that copy, okay, let me be clear here. I am actually okay. I'm actually totally okay with studios and producers making small changes to their movies. I'm okay. I don't like it, but I have no problem with it. I don't like it, but I don't have a problem with it. But that said, I personally feel like if you buy the movie, like it's not just on Disney Plus as a part of your streaming, it's not just on Netflix as a part of your streaming. If you buy the movie and you purchase the movie, then that should be the version of the movie you have. So I'd be curious to know if that's... I just assume now, is my Queen good, or is somebody sitting on an ace and they've just been slow playing? No, I guess the Queen was good. I like ace 10. What's my position here? I'm out of position. I'm small blind. I don't even know if I'm going to raise this. I mean, if I was playing live, I would raise this, but I don't know if I'm going to raise. Well, maybe I'll give it a little raisy. Let me see here. Yeah, my personal feelings on this is that if you buy the movie and you purchase the movie, that movie is yours and it shouldn't be altered. At least that's my initial feeling. If that is your digital copy and you buy it, even though it's sitting on a server somewhere, but you bought it, they shouldn't be able to change that. So what I would ask, Ben, is, are you 1,000% sure? Like, you definitely, the version you had used to not have the McClunky in it. Are you 100% sure about that? Because if you are, I cry a little foul there, because I don't think they should change movies that you own, even if you own it as a digital streamer, like an Amazon Prime or a Google Play Store or something. If you buy it and you purchase it, they shouldn't be able to touch that, I don't think. I might need to make that as a topic on the John Campea Show. I might need to make that a topic. Ooh, this guy hit a set of 10s, while two other guys flopped 2 pair. That's a cooler right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is a cooler. Feel bad for those dudes. 8-4, no thank you. Get out of that. Anyway, interesting topic there, Ben. All right, Cervantes Family writes, hey, John, who's your favorite UFC fighter? Mine is Anderson the Spider Silva. To me, he is the best striker I have ever seen inside the octagon. If we're talking all time, George St. Pierre. George St. Pierre, Rush. The Spider's great. And for the longest time, the dream fight in the UFC was Anderson Silva versus George St. Pierre. That was the dream fight that everybody, including the UFC itself, wanted to see. The problem was, of course, that Anderson Silva was a big middleweight and George St. Pierre was a welterweight. And they were just too far apart. Even though that's only one weight division, Anderson Silva was a big middleweight and George St. Pierre was a welterweight. And they were just never able to make it happen. And for the longest time, that was the dream fight. Then, of course, George St. Pierre retires as champion. He's retired for 3 or 4 years, comes out of retirement to fight the middleweight champion, who at the time was Michael Bisping, beats the middleweight champion, and becomes a 2-division champion, which is George Rush St. Pierre. I mean, yeah, so he is my favorite UFC fighter of all time. But I loved watching Anderson Silva fight. Absolutely loved watching Anderson Silva fight. All right, this is one of those little hands I like getting tricky with, these little gap connectors. Little raisy. Let's see what happens. I'm not in the worst position. I'm out of position to this guy, and he's the only guy I'm out of position to. I'm in position against those. See, and I flop a little flush draw. So I'm going to put a little bet like I got something now. See, I bet now. See, even if one of these two guys calls, I'm betting so that they check. Because if they check now, then I'll get another free card. See, I can check now and get a free card. If I don't hit it, then I don't hit it. But I hit it. Now I'm going to put out just a little bet to see if I can get them to bite on the 28 million. There we go. See, I put out that bet on the flop kind of as a blocker bet, because if I bet on the flop and they call, they're not going to bet on the turn. They're going to let it come to me. That means I get 2 free cards. Now, that's not always a good strategy by any means, but I'm playing kind of loosey-goosey here on online poker, so there's that. But that was my thinking behind that. So anyway, yes, Cervantes, my favorite fighter all time is George St. Pierre. Strictly Mediocre writes, "Hey John, I apologize if this will be the 100th time you've had to answer this, but what are your thoughts on the new Clone Wars episodes today?" Never apologize for asking a question as long as you're okay with the fact that I don't watch Clone Wars. So I have not seen it. Now, I'm out of position, but that person's only got, you know what? I'm just a little tricky. Let's see, just going to be a little sneaky here. Oh, did not sneaky good for me. I need a 6 to make a straight here, or a running clubs. Now, this person bet 1.5, so I'll call 1.5. I need a 6 or running clubs. That's no good for me. I need a 6 now. Not even running clubs will do. I cannot call 8 million. Oh, that dude had the 4. Yeah, the 6 would have screwed them because straight beats 3 of a kind. But yeah, see, I shouldn't have gotten in that hand in the first place. I'm not even going to call this big blind here. Yeah. So don't feel bad about asking, but I don't watch Clone Wars. I watched all of the original seasons, and I don't like them. They're not garbage, but I don't like them. They're not for me, and that's fine. I hope everybody else loves them because I want people to love the stuff they watch. But it's just not for me. I did watch episode 1 of this new final season, and I didn't think it was very good. Actually, most people didn't think it was very good. It was the Bad Batch episode. I didn't like it very much. So I just stopped watching it. So no, I have not seen the last number of episodes. I don't plan on it personally, just so you know. Okay. But no apologies for asking a question, Strictly. Never an apology for asking a question. 10-Jack. Remember I said 9-6 suited is my favorite hand to play? Close second is 10-Jack. Why do I like 10-Jack? Because there's some interesting possibilities there, but it's also a very, very easy hand to get away from. So if I don't crush it, I'm also in position. I'm on the button, so I'll call 4.5. If I don't crush it on the flop, I can just get away from it. Like that. I missed it on the flop completely. Now, just about any bet here, and I'm out. Go ahead, Scott. Make your continuation bet. I'll get out. All right, I'm going to fold. See? Easy breezy. I didn't lose any more money. I lost the money on the pre-flop. I don't lose any more money. I'm perfectly happy with that. Now there's nice. See, now it gets interesting. Now Scott's got to be a little bit nervous that somebody was chasing a flush. Okay, so Claire was probably chasing. Oh, crap. Now, my jack high flush might have been good here. I mean, it would have been the wrong thing to chase it. And this guy might have ace of diamonds, though. He didn't have a flush before, but he might have an ace of diamonds now. As she had the flush. Why was he betting with 9-7? Like, clearly she was chasing diamonds. Clearly she had... The only way he should have been betting there is if he had, like, the king or the ace of diamonds. I don't understand that play at all. But again, I've made bigger mistakes tonight than that. Anyway, let's see. Fan of Peanuts writes, what is the highest you have ever finished? Have you ever finished in the money? Are you playing Last of Us 2 on PS4 or waiting for the PS5 version? The highest I ever finished wasn't even at a World Series event. I played in the World Poker Tour Legends of Poker tournament. One of the WPT, the World Poker Tour, one of their biggest events every year is the Legends of Poker event. And that plays once a year, and they hold that one at the Bike Casino in Los Angeles. And I finished in there was a field of about 1,000 players. I finished 9th. It was my best finish in a big major tournament. I finished higher in smaller tournaments. I've won some smaller tournaments, but in a truly big, ring event, where if you won that, you get this big World Series or World Poker Tour ring. It was the highest I'd ever finished in a major tournament like that. I'm not going to play that. So Last of Us 2, I'll probably just play it on the PS4. I mean, I've got it. I won't be in any rush to run out and get a PS5, to be honest with you. I've got my PS4 Pro. Plays great. So if it ever comes, forget when. We got to be asking the question if it ever comes out. That thing gets delayed so often. It's kind of getting into that realm of I'll believe it when I see it. Okay, Cinema Reviews writes, thoughts on Harley Quinn Season 2 so far? Loving it. I might even prefer it over Season 1. Now, I just watched the episode. The latest episode is the one with Mr. Freeze and Nora, his wife, and Kite Man and Ives go to find their place in Condiment King, and great episode. Loved it. I am loving this season so far. I might even like it more than season 1. Christian Corbett writes, who had the better portrayal of Vito Corleone? I mean, look, they played very different Vito Corleones, right? Robert De Niro played a much younger version than Marlon Brando did. They were almost practically two different characters. So you can't even really compare them. So, I mean, like, the definitive Vito Corleone is the one from The Godfather, the Marlon Brando one. That's when you think of Vito Corleone, you think of the Marlon Brando one. But again, it's hard to say which one was better because they were two such different time frames of the character that it's really hard to say. Okay, Justin Reberg writes, do you or your wife watch Critical Role? And if so, do you use it for DMing tips? How big of an influence do you think it has made for the community? Critical Role has been a pretty influential thing in the community. I don't watch Critical Role myself. I know Anne has watched a bunch, and she doesn't watch it religiously or anything, but I do know that Anne has watched it a bunch. But Critical Role, yeah, like, listen, the fact of the matter is, the fact that I don't even watch it, but I'm very aware of it, is a testament to just how influential it is. So yeah, I haven't watched it myself. I probably have seen an episode or an outtake from an episode once, but I don't watch it myself. But Anne has. All right, because she's DMing a lot, whereas I play more Star Wars stuff. Or when I'm game mastering, I play more Star Wars stuff. All right. Thanks for that, Justin. All right, Ty Moodley writes, opinion on if DC will go for Justice League 2. Hi from Winnipeg. Hey, from the Forks. I love the Forks in Winnipeg. Oh, yeah. There'll be another Justice League movie. It won't be next year. It won't be the year after that. It might not be for a little bit. But right now, DC is in this frame where they are, focusing on the standalone films, all that kind of stuff. But make no mistake, they already know that a little bit later down the line, then they'll be going for expanding their universe out again. Right now, they're focusing on the standalone movies, but believe me, they've got a roadmap to get back to the bigger stuff again. There will be another Justice League movie. I'm not sure when, and I'm not sure what it'll look like, but there will be another Justice League movie. Of that, I have no doubt. All right, thanks for that, Ty, and enjoy the Forks, man. I miss it up there. All right. James Santi writes, watch Bourne Supremacy with my friends their first time. They all got hyped at the she's standing right next to you scene. I've seen all the Bourne movies. I'm trying to remember the scene. Actually, I'm even trying to remember which one was Bourne Supremacy. It's not Legacy. It's not Identity. Which one was Supremacy? Was Supremacy the second one? Then there was was the second one the Bourne Ultimatum? Or was Supremacy the latest one where they got the big bad guy is like the Facebook thing? I did not like the last Bourne movie. The one where he's basically fighting a version of Facebook. That was lame. But I cannot remember which one Bourne Supremacy is, to be honest with you. Yeah, I can't remember. Can't remember which one it is. This is part of the reason why I like movie franchise. Oh, what do I got here? 7, 8. I got a pair with an up and down straight draw. So I might throw it a little. Ooh, I'll call the 10. I need a 6 or a jack. King doesn't help me. King's a brick for me. That might help slipping Jimmy. I can't call 20. If I had a flush draw to go with the straight draw, maybe I call that. But I can't call that. Because the only thing that helps me is well, there it is. There's my straight, and I win. There's my frick. Oh, he already had a straight, but I would have had. No, we would have had the same straight. Ah, well, whatever. Okay. So, anyway, thank you for that, James. All right, Cinema Reviews writes, did you know that Alfred Molina was Mr. Freeze? Really? In Harley Quinn? I did not. But now that you mention it, I think I can kind of hear it. I got to go look at that. I did not know that. I love him, by the way. He's great. And he's got a long history, of course, being in comic book material. But I love it. I did not know that, Cinema Reviews. Thank you so much for tipping me off on that. All right. Strictly Mediocre writes, hey, John. Last of Us Part 2 has been confirmed and will be released on July 19th. Didn't it get bumped again? Or am I missing something? I thought it got bumped out again. Okay, hold on a second. Second time tonight, I got pocket aces. Now I survived my first thing with pocket aces. I'm going to raise big and be totally happy if nobody calls. I'm going to raise big and be totally happy if nobody calls. I'll go 12. That's a good raise. I'll be totally happy. I'm more than happy to take the pot. She called for 12. Now I'm in trouble. Just no one else. 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 Now somebody's sitting on like pocket threes and I'm going to lose all my freaking money. He bet 6. So he might have like pocket 8s or something like that and think his hand might be good. No, he didn't think it was good. Okay. He was just testing to see if I was going to... He was just testing to see... It's not a bad move, actually. He just threw out that 6 to see maybe if I missed entirely, then I would have folded. So that's actually not a bad move. So, yeah, I need to look into that. Because I thought I heard it got bumped again. But maybe I'm thinking of something else. Or maybe they announced it again. Or... I don't know, but I'm going to go look into that. Strictly Mediocre. Thank you for putting that on my radar. All right. Preston Bell writes, John, have you tried out the Netflix series Glitch? I've not even heard of it. Because Netflix is so good at promoting their own shows. Anyway, I am only on the 2nd season so far, but it's legit. Good luck on the poker table. Bring me back my high school days hosting with friends at my house. I am not even familiar with what Glitch is. I've not even, or maybe I've heard of it and I'm just not remembering it. But for now, I'm going to go with, I don't think I've heard of it. So, no, if you guys know what Glitch is, well, do me a favor, Preston Bell. If you're really enjoying it, do me a favor. Would you mind like just sending me a link to where it is on Netflix? Or, I can look it up on IMDb myself. You know what? I got a window right here. I can just bring up Glitch. Hold on a second. Glitch. All right, it's what I'm finding here is a 2015 thing with Emma Booth, Sean Keenan, John Leary, Roger Corser. So it says, how's it described? Pardon me. 6 people return from the dead with no memory and attempt to unveil what brought them to the grave in the first place. Okay, that sounds it. The dude on the poster of it looks like Dennis Quaid. It's not Dennis Quaid, but it looks like a slightly younger version of Dennis Quaid, the dude on the poster of it. Anyway, if that's the Glitch you're talking about, then I can confirm that I've never even heard of this, which again should not surprise anybody because Netflix is terrible at promoting their own material. All right, Jay, thanks for writing that in, Preston. Appreciate that. Jay Master writes, hey, John, with Marvel's pushing back on their Phase 4 MCU release dates, how do you think this will impact the MCU Disney Plus shows with WandaVision connecting right into Doctor Strange 2? That's been a question mark. The big unknown thing is how interconnected are they, right? But if Kevin Feige has got these all set up, and this is where it always gets complicated. If Kevin Feige has all these set up where bits of the story have to be revealed in certain sequential orders, then yeah, the shuffling of the movie dates is definitely going to impact the TV dates. Woohoo! I got a bottom pair. Oh, you know what? Could I have the best hand? My 7 might be best. Okay, she called the 4, but they just might... Oh, okay, I was going to say, this might be hoping for another spade. Well, guess what? They got another spade, so I am done. I am officially done. 2 of spades beats me right now. I can't even call 2 million. I'm not going to call 2 million. Someone's got a spade. Yeah, king of spades. Had a very, very nice spade. That's okay. Sue Lee had a 10 anyway, so I was beat anyway. I'm not going to call that. But yeah, J Master, it is definitely something that could really throw a wrench in Kevin Feige's plans. It absolutely could. I mean, if everything is supposed to, like, if he's thinking, okay, this piece of information gets revealed in this one, which then the next piece of information, which sheds more light on that piece, needs to come after that, whether it's on a TV screen or a movie screen or whatever. And yeah, I mean, but look, there's no way, as a studio head like Kevin Feige, you have to plan for normalcy. You cannot plan your movie and cinematic universe and that crosses over television universe planning, well, what happens if a global pandemic breaks out and everything gets shut down? We have to bump everything. He wasn't thinking about that, nor should he be expected to. But this could absolutely throw a major wrench in those plans. Now, the worst case scenario is just that, then we all just have to wait a little bit longer. That's the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. We'll still get all the shows. We'll still get all the movies. But yeah, we'll still get it. I mean, it sucks that we have to wait longer, but I mean, all we got to do is wait a little longer and it'll all come out, and that's the good thing, right? That's the good thing. It's not like anything popped up here that was going to cancel the MCU plans or anything like that. So we're good there. All right. Good question though, Jay, and it's something that we're all thinking about. Okay, let me see here. I got to wrap things up here pretty soon, guys. Woo! Pocket sevens. Let's see what happens. Give a little raise. Ooh, 12 mil? I'll call 12 mil. I'm going to have position on him. I could spike a 7. Let's see what happens. I'm going to have position. All right. No 7. Oh, and there's an ace and a king. He's definitely got an ace or a king, so I'm effed. Yep. Can't call that. I don't think this Sully guy can either. Nope. Foldy fold. Foldy fold. Okay. 8, 10. Oh, it's nice. Another. I like these little gap suited cards. They just, whatever. I think they're exciting with the possibilities. I'm gonna throw it a little raise just to push a couple of people out. We'll make it 6-5. I just don't want everybody getting in the pot. It's okay. It's pushed a few people out. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Let's see if I can hit a flop. You know what? That's not a bad flop for me. Because I don't think there's going to be a lot out there, and I've got to draw. Okay, I'm going to call this because if I can spike a 7, ooh, that's a bad card for me in a lot of ways. I'm going to check this. I can't call 36. Oh, I want to so bad, but I can't. Okay, just to update again, I started at 190. I'm at 428 right now. So it's been a good, but I've been stuck around 400, 470 for I feel like the last 45 minutes. Still, it's been a very positive run tonight. Okay. So that was J Master. Okay, Phil Shifley writes, how has quarantine affected your job? Well, in some ways, not at all. Like how I practically do my job, it actually hasn't affected it much at all. The biggest impact for how I do my job is that I don't have Rob come in at all. Like all the shows I do with Rob, we do remotely. And I can't have No Pants Thursdays because I've got a rule in the house right now of only one person in the house at a time. And it's always just the same people. It's Kaori, it's Aaron Cummings, it's our brother-in-law. I mean, but that's it. And we never have more than one person in the house at a time. Because of that, we haven't been able to do No Pants Thursdays. And that's kind of been the biggest impact on how I do my job. The other impact is I would normally do my show notes for the next day by going for a walk somewhere and either sitting in an outdoor patio at a restaurant or the hookah lounge that's in Burbank. You know, Ann and I like to go there, or to another outdoor patio somewhere, bring my iPad with me, sit down and do my show notes for the next day's show outside. I like that. I'm obviously not doing that right now. So that's affected a part of how I do my job. How has it affected the channel as a whole? I think one of the things we've noticed is that there are a number of people who are no longer in their routines. And I mean, our traffic always basically stays the same. But I feel like with people being out of their regular routines, it's affected some. Like I've had a few people write in the show. You guys have seen people writing in the show saying like, I haven't been watching the last little while because a lot of people would either watch while at work and now they're not at work, or a lot of people would watch here and now they're not doing that. A lot of people would watch when they've got their phone open on the treadmill at the gym and now they're not going to the gym. So it's broken that. But for the most part, for the most part, I got to say, both in theoreticals and in practicals, hasn't really affected my job all that much. I mean, I work from home. So I've been very lucky in that way that it really hasn't had that much of an impact on me. And, you know, a lot of people have had it much, 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 much worse. And I'm very fortunate that way. I'm very, very fortunate that way. All right, Fan of Peanuts writes, what is your single greatest moment in a Marvel film? I mean, it all depends what you mean by that. Like best acted, best dramatic, best action, best... I mean, it all depends. I mean, and by moment, do you mean single moment or do you mean scene? Because if it's scene, hey, all due respect to Infinity War and Endgame, my favorite scene in the MCU still, or sequence, whatever, is the airport fight in Civil War. That's still my favorite. That's still my favorite. If you're talking about single moment scene, then it's Thor and Rocket talking to each other. That ends with Thor's line, then what else do I have to lose? To me, best moment in the MCU. If you're talking about most rousing moment in the MCU, oh, then it's got to be when Mjolnir flies by Thor and Thanos and flies into Cap's hands. Or the whole, portals thing. So it really all depends on specifically what you mean by that. But those would be... Wanted Diamonds got all clubs. It really, that's how I would define it in the different aspects. So in one sense, the airport scene. In another sense, then what else do I have to lose? In another sense, Cap catching Mjolnir or portals or whatever. So that's how I would break that down. All right. Last question of the night, guys. We've been going for an hour and a half, so I should probably call it a night. ZOMG Ruler writes, sorry, Anne lost Hasbro over virus. Does she like Amazon? Anne didn't lose Hasbro over virus. Anne was very, she was still doing her job at Hasbro from home. So no, she just decided to take a new opportunity. So she did not lose Hasbro over virus. This I am raising. Ace Queen. And I'm out of position. I need to raise strong because I'm out of position here. And I got 2 callers. All right, I'm going to continuation bet here. There we go. You got to come out. If you're out of position, you got to come out strong. Ace 3, I will fold that. But she's loving working with Amazon so far. Of course, the catch is because Amazon's offices are closed down, Anne is doing her new job from home. Now, once they're able to open up the Amazon offices again in Seattle, we will move, at least Anne will move out to Seattle. I'll go out with her, find us a place. She'll go out to Seattle. I'll still be here to finish off the movie. I'll fly back and forth to Seattle. And then once the movie's finished, then I will go out permanently or full-time, not permanently, but full-time to join Anne out in Seattle. So, but she's enjoying it so far. She's finding it's always great to have a new challenge. It's always great to have a new challenge, and she's having a really good time so far. All right, a couple more people slipped in some questions here. So, RM writes, are you ready for some UFC 250? Dude, I got to get UFC 249 first. Give me some UFC 249. Give me Tony Ferguson versus Gaethje. Give me that. Then I'll start worrying about 250. Just let me see if we can get 249 under our belts, and then I will be happy. All right, Spencer Smother writes, apparently a number of cutscenes from Last of Us 2 containing major spoilers were leaked on YouTube by disgruntled Naughty Dog employees. Yeah, somebody wrote that in earlier. It's interesting in the sense that that's normally been something that would happen in the movie world, right? You know what? Also, I'm going to get a little sneaky with this hand. I can get a little sneaky here. I'm going to make it look like I got a monster hand. I'll get these people out of my way. Come on, Claire, fold. Great. Now I'm going to have position, and people are going to think I got a big hand, when really I got a sneaky little hand. Ooh, but that's not the kind of flop I wanted to see. I think I could be in trouble here. Know when your sneaky doesn't work. Don't go to the mattresses when you're trying to be sneaky. Get out of there when you realize it doesn't work. That guy was trying to trap me. But that's why I threw out the bet. I threw out the bet to find out where he was at and find out where I was at. And I found it pretty quick. Yeah, and you know what? We probably should. I haven't seen it. Oh, crap. I am in the hand. Look at that. Right, I'm going to bet. So people think I don't have a 9. So betting, people are going to think I'm bluffing and that I don't have a 9. And now I'm going to check. She's going to try to steal it. Yep. And I'm going to call. And now I'm going to check. And hopefully she'll bet. Because if I bet right now and she doesn't have an 8, she's not going to call no matter what. All right, we might be chopping the pot here. I think she's got a 9. I think we're chopping the pot. Nope. No, she had the 8. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. So by betting, traditional wisdom says, if you flop a set or trips, like, you don't bet, right? Because you're just going to scare everybody off. But sometimes I like to throw out a bet to make it look like I'm bluffing. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I'm at my highest total of the night now. I'm up to 483. That's my highest total of the night. So again, I started at 190. Looks like I'm going to finish off around 180. But anyway, yeah, so generally speaking, leaked footage online is normally the arena of movies, right? Now we've got it coming for video games, major spoilers. But I don't know. I don't know. Do we know it was a disgruntled Naughty Dog employee? Do we know that, or is somebody making that up? I mean, I just don't know. But I haven't seen it myself. I probably won't watch it. Damn, this is like the 4th time tonight I've had pocket 8s. Let me see what happens here. They've done pretty. I think I've won twice that I've had them, and I lost once when I had them. So they've done all right. Let's see what happens here. That did pretty well for me. So I'm going to check. Hopefully the next card is not a heart or a jack. No, a jack does fine for me. 29 million. $29 million. Don't put out a heart. King. Good enough. Time for me to go all in. She's chasing a flush. I know she's chasing a flush. Hopefully she doesn't have pocket jacks. If she has pocket jacks, I'm so screwed. Oh, she had Jack King. Oh, but that dude was chasing a flush. That dude was chasing a flush and got the flush. So I won the hand, but I lost the hand. I won the pot with her, but I lost the pot with Mimic because he put all his chips in hoping for a flush on the river. What are you going to do? Like, if somebody's going to chase it to the river, they're going to lose most of the time. But, I mean, what are you going to do? There's nothing okay, I got ace 10 here. So I'm going to check. I got top 2. Hopefully somebody... Yeah, so there's the $10 million bet. I'm going to now bet more. I'm going to probably push all in here. Oh, so, okay, so Suli is chasing a flush. That's for sure. No, they just had an ace. All right. So I'll take that. And there, I won back almost all the money I lost in the last hand. Just like that. Got it pretty much all back. So yeah, so I'll look into that, and maybe Rob and I will talk about that on the John Campea Show tomorrow. That might be something we talk about on the John Campea Show tomorrow. Anyway, guys, this has been fun. I like playing online poker, and I like talking movies while playing. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this. If you'd like to, with poker being the game. I know I've played like Animal Crossing and World of Warcraft and Unreal and stuff like that. But what do you guys think about me just hiking it up here and playing online poker for evenings of play and chat? And, while stuck at home, might as well just hang out together. So, guys, thank you to everybody who sent in the questions, because not only did you give us fun things to talk about as we're playing poker, you supported me and the channel while you were doing it, and I appreciate you guys for that so much. Thank you very much. So I basically finished 300 million up. So that's my thing tonight. I started with 190. I'm finishing with 478. I consider this a good night and gets me closer to my goal in the game. So thank you guys for that. Thanks for being here. Thank you to all you guys who are in the chat. Richie, who's in there. Epic Dub Time, who's in there. There's like almost 500 of you guys in there right now. So, somebody's saying they think I missed a question. Hold on a second. Let me go back over. Are you ready to see Anne Hasbro, single greatest moment in a Marvel film? How was quarantine? Marvel pushing back Phase 4, how does that affect things? John, have you tried out Netflix series Glitch? Last of Us Part 2 has been confirmed. We get that. You know, Melina's Richard Freed. Watch Born Supremacy. Did that. Opinion of DC. We'll go for 298. Do you watch Critical Role? Who had the better portrayal of Vicky Coneo? Thoughts on it? I think I got all of them. I hope I didn't miss any of them. My deepest apologies if I missed any. I certainly hope that I didn't. Anyway, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget, me and Robert Meyer Burnett, we're doing the John Campea Show tomorrow. I've already got all the show notes done for tomorrow. Very excited. Maybe we will add this Last of Us 2 thing. I'll look into the Last of Us 2 thing a little bit, and maybe we'll make that a topic of discussion for tomorrow too. Hope you guys will come and join us for that. That will do it for me for now, guys. Thanks for being here. My name is John Campea, and until next time, guys, bye-bye.